Welcome to the Hindu Editorial Insight. Today, the topic we're going to see is drones are the war game changer in a battle for influence in Asia. Let's see how drones, UAV and UCAV. UAV is unmanned aerial vehicle. UCAV is unmanned combat aerial vehicle. Impact in the Asian geopolitics and also how it is changing the war game. If you take second Nagorno-Karabakh war in 2020 or Operation Sindoor, and also in global trend, the drones plays a major role beyond reconnaissance. It also used for the exact accurate strike. And if you take the overall global trend, the drones making a more impact in the war because of its cost effectiveness and a less risk because no pilot life is involved, and also the precision to the strike is more accurate and also controllable. If you take India's current capability on drones, we majorly importing it from like foreign countries, majorly from US and Israel. If you take Israel, we have drones like Hiron and Harap. Hiron is a drone used for a high altitude for surveillance, and a Harap it's also called as a kamikaze drone, which is also called as a suicide drones. And we also buying it from US like 31 MQ N 9B Reapers. We ordered it in 2024 for this drones. And okay, these drones have a long range and also for high altitude for surveillance and also for the maritime control and strike. So let's see the indigenous efforts of India towards the drone technology or capability. We have Rustam 2, also called as Tapas BH, which was developed by India DRDO, but it is still in production due to some delays from the DRDO end. Now, let's see what are the problems of these technologies or problems of the drones currently India is facing. Now, India doesn't have an high altitude, long endurance drones, and also the domestic production is very less. We majorly importing the drones and also the technology behind it for the drones like propellers, sensors, like all those things we are buying it from Israel or US, which is a major backlog for us. And let's see the global market. And also, if you take what are the before the global market, we can see India's need in it. India need an high altitude and long range drones. Why high altitude? If you ask, we have Himalayan regions where it need to reach more, very high altitude for surveillance and also reconnaissance. And also if strikes or payload delivery also needed. And if you take long long range, because it's as India is a peninsular country, that we have a ocean maritime, so surviving that ocean maritime, it's a major task for us. So these are the reasons India need drone technology. So now let's see the global market. US holds 8% of the drone export, and majorly those are like MQ-9B Reapers. And the US contribution of drone export is very less because of MTCR, which is a missile technology control regime, which restricts the export of drones to other countries due to its geopolitical strategies. And if you take China, it's an export powerhouse. It exporting to Africa, Europe, and other Asian countries for the drone, for the surveillance, and also for the wartime usages. And if you take Turkey, Turkey has a quite successful drone, Bayraktar TB2 and Akinensi. Bayraktar is used in Ukraine and also in other countries. So it has a quite name for it. And these drones, like other Asian countries, also planning to purchase from them. And if you take Israel, we have a good defense partnership with them, or we have good good books in them. But due to that West Asian wars, the production of those drones from Israel is very limited. So now we can't rely on it. And if you take Turkey, we can't rely on Turkey due to diplomacy, and also the same goes to China. Due to other diplomatical act, we can't completely rely on the drone supply from Turkey or China. Let's see the Indian strategical choices. We have three topics: short term strategy, medium term strategy, and long term strategy. Short term strategy, which is like buying drones from Israel and US itself, that is the short term strategy. If you take a mid-term strategy, we having a joint venture with Israel and US, and developing having an ecosystem of drone manufacturing in India itself. That is the our mid-term. If you take a long term, we being the innovator, manufacturing the drone and exporting to other countries, other Asian countries, where we can hold a high diplomatic power in those things, because as we are the supplier, and we can capture the drone market and also the diplomacy geopolitical things. Let's see the Indo-Pacific angle. So let's see like which are the country needing drones. Vietnam, Philippines, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, all need drones. Why? What is the common problem? Is like to tackle the China's gray zone warfare. It's coast guard, militia, or fishing fleet. So to have a surveillance or reconnaissance, these countries also looking for drones. And Indian opportunity, as now Turkey is a major supplier, or producing drones. India can be the major producer of drones, and they can supply to Indo-Pacific countries, and also their partner countries like Australia, Japan. Those countries India can provide, which will be a great advantage to Indian geopolitics and also diplomacy. Let's see what are the current challenges faced by India in order of developing drones. One is slow DRDO process, because Rustam 2 is still under production, and bureaucratic red tapes. Lot of restrictions on the development and also approval stages. Then importing it from foreign countries, like important sensors, propellers, batteries, those kind of major technology importing from abroad, which is current challenges. And also counter drone technologies, like anti-drone technology, like jammers, lasers, those kind of things we need to develop in India itself. And what's India's way forward? Policy wise, we can make UAV is the major path for the Atmanirbhar Bharat. So it gives a push. The Atmanirbhar give a push, so that it can easy the policy for the development of drone in India itself. Then fast tracking the approval process and also other critical process for the private sectors like Idea Forge and New Space, etc. Lot of private players are there. We can invite them and we can provide a fast track approval process. Then technological transfer, having a joint venture and technological knowledge sharing between developed countries or between Europe, and bringing the engineers, or sending our engineers to there, and we can have an entrepreneurial goal for the drones also. Then comes to diplomacy. Defense, as if we became the producer and exporter of drone, it has a great advantage over defense diplomatical tool. We can use it as a defense diplomatical tool, because like we have those technology, and this is the future of the war, and it's already we witnessed it in the previous wars. Then strategy wise, we can have a joint force doctrines, like we can include the drones in the army, navy, and air forces. and also counter drone capabilities. Those jammers we can develop in India itself through private partners or through public sector companies. So India's big picture goal. So what is India's big picture goal? Now we heavily depend on import. Becoming an exporter, an innovator is the big picture for India. And Indo-Pacific drone market, capturing those market as the Indo-Pacific Asian countries, the demand for the drone is very high, and this is the right time India can enter and those can capture the market, which will give a great geopolitical advantage. Then we can project drone as INS Vikrant moment of India's Air Force modernization. So this kind of air power modernization gives an huge advantage for India. That's it. Thank you for the session. If you have any opinion or your comments, you can comment it. Thank you. Thank you.